Thank you for tuning into Anime Radio. Today on Anime Radio, I'm going to be reviewing the next episode of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, moving on from episode 6 to episode 7. But could I mention that this title of episode 7 is the most interesting titles I've seen in a Demon Slayer episode, because stating the name of the main baddie, the main big boss of the anime is, nobody would call an episode Frieza, or nobody would call an episode Big Jubies. Well, in any way, it's Muzan Kibutsuji. Obviously, with all my episodes of this series, I will give a quick description of the episode, and then I'll move on with my review, and then I'll go on to my opinions, my thoughts, and then I'll finish today's video. Now, with all that said and done, let's get started with the video. Episode 7, Muzan Kibutsuji. Now split into 3, the demons have driven Tanjiro into a corner. It is then that Nezuko attacks. Now that she's become a demon herself, she's no longer the fragile sister of Tanjiro Kamado, who needs protection. His mind made up, Tanjiro follows one of the demons into the swamp that spreads before him. Waiting for him there is the demon with the 2 horns. Now, this demon clearly has issues, because first of all, he's a pervert. He only takes young teenage girls. The reason being, his entire motivation for kidnapping and eating young teenage girls is because when they're older, they look uglier and they're not as ripe. Let that sink into your mind for a second. A demon could be a demon who eats anything, everything. But no, this demon has the choice between many, but sticks with a fine wine choice of young teenage girls. And now they fight. Very epic battle music, very nice sound design, very nice voice acting, exceptionally good animation, so on and so forth. Very good movement in the anime. I think they interpreted what was in the manga very well. Moving on, Tanjiro obviously had to go on another mission because this crow doesn't know when to shut up. So he does, and he finally goes to the big city of Tokyo, Japan. And now, in this period, the Taisho period, it is very common to see more industrialized parts of Japan, but where he used to live and the village that was next to his childhood home was quite old, and it was not a modernized version of Japan, so obviously that was a bit of a shock to him. Oh, a little fun fact about Japanese homes and old or ancient buildings, let's say, they didn't have nails, so they used to use wood and make a puzzle piece out of them to create a very strong structure. But funnily enough, they were resistant to earthquakes because obviously wood isn't as dense and as firm and as, rigid as metal, so it had a little more elasticity. Not saying that wood is like rubber, I'm saying that it can take that energy and that force that was in like massive earthquakes and stuff like that, and it was able to disperse that through the building to make it a little safer and less vulnerable to earthquake damage. And that's why you see a lot of this shaking. Buildings that have a lot of like metal nails, they wear down quicker because obviously the rust and metal wears out over time. But wood, it obviously decays if improper treating was done. But wood is a very sustainable source, and I mean it is strong, and it is a natural source of strong material. It is all over the world. Obviously it's coming out, but it's coming back strong from, and then it had to obviously show in the anime somehow. With these pictures, oh right, so that very fun fact. Anyway, so fun. Yes. Obviously, in modern day Tokyo, Tanjiro has never been there before, so he's a little occupied with everything. And obviously, Tokyo, Japan, nowadays, you see big screens, glass buildings, big metal buildings, glass buildings, towers and towers. But for the Taisho period, and for little old Tanjiro, it was a big shock to him because he lived in a small village, a small, tiny village in a small little home, where he had to pump water and do all that stuff. But no, in Tokyo, Japan, here, there's big crowds, massive lights, big buildings, just this and much, much more. So it was a big shock when this happened. But did you see when, like, he was dragging around Nezuko and Nezuko was being, like, all sleepy? Oh my gosh, they're so cute! Yeah, I love anime! This is why I watch anime. Alright, so obviously he had to take a break. So he went to this small udon cart. He ordered udon. It looked divine because it was anime. But he senses a strange smell. So he smells this scent, and guess what? Guess who it is? Just guess. It smells like Kibutsuji. Yes, we all knew it. The king of pop or jazz, Michael Jackson. Yes, this is where the meme originated. It's Michael Jackson, but in Demon Slayer, and we all know it is. So, the king of pop, he turns around and he's holding a child. Obviously, any rational Persian. Yes, any rational person would think this is crazy, absurd, and would run away. No. Tanjiro is so dedicated to this, so passionate that he stays and he just stares at it. Obviously, he stares, obviously. And he thinks to himself, blah, 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 why don't they think that he's a demon? Come on, Tanjiro, think. They don't have extra sensory skills than normal people, Japanese people, blah, 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 blah. But to add on to this disbelief, this anger and rage, do you know what he does? Do you know what the King of Pop does? He cuts a person's neck, DNA goes into them, they become a demon, he bites his wife. You know, you get the gist. And then, you know when the anime is trying to be dramatic, so it pans to the main character, and then their expression, they're shocked, and then it zooms out slowly, and then it cuts to the ending. But that's what happened with Demon Slayer as well. So, luckily, this episode was saved by many features. I mean, it was a great episode. 7.95 out of 10. It was a divine and delectable episode to watch. And even rewatching it today, still one of my favorites. So, what did I think of the quality? I thought it was absolutely stunning. One of the higher standards I've seen in an anime of this mass, this potential, this absurd amazingness. Yes, it was very professional. Voice acting was top quality. Animation, you know, it's perfect. The sound design in this episode, it was making me go insane. It was awesome. Just the story, how they put that manga and turned that into an anime. Very, just the whole spectrum of things to look in an anime. This is a perfect episode to watch. Now, I know I say this about most of the episodes I've reviewed already, but this is a perfect anime to start watching all of anime, to start out your weebiness. Now, I'm not saying it's one of those starter noob animes that are bad and just get you kick-started into anime. No. This is an anime to be enjoyed by all. Old comers, newcomers, weebs, otakus, pure weeaboos, closet weebs. It's great for everyone. Now, to close off today's video, I'd like to mention Anime News. Anime News is a podcast, a live stream that we are preparing, and now you might say, when are you doing it, or when are you gonna do this? Because I know you are. But we're preparing, and it's two people, and I mean, come on, two young people who have two young lives. So please understand that we cannot do this channel 24/7 every month, every hour, every minute, every second. But we're trying our best to prepare. And luckily, I think we're gonna do this quite well. Now, I want to say thank you to everybody that come to this video. And I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. And just thank you for commenting on our anime waifu wars, because I think that was a pretty good video, and the two people who did comment, I'm so flattered that you have. We really do like to create this content on YouTube, and we really do like to just make people have fun. So thank you for tuning into Anime Radio, and we hope for you to tune into our next video. Thank you and goodbye.